Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. We're in the garage, it's time to do a Q&A. I thought I'd take it easy this week. I've got a lot going on with the channel being super busy. I'm also trying to renovate our very first home that myself and my wife bought, and we've really bitten off almost more than we can chew. It's a lot of work. I'm loving it, but it's wearing us out. Thought I'd take some time in the garage just to take it easy, see what's going on in the comment section. I love hearing your ideas and perspectives, so let's just dive in and see what's going on. So the first question's from Patrick, and he's basically asking, should he dive in and get a CRF300L now, or should he wait for Yamaha to make a WR300R or maybe a Tenere 300? The short answer is no, don't wait, mate. It's always best to go and get the bike that you can at the time that it's available, build up your skills, make some memories, and by the time Yamaha ever release the bike, which they haven't said they're even in development yet, you'll have all those skills and memories built up over the time you've already had with a bike. And if you want, you can sell that bike and buy what Yamaha releases. Bring it back down to earth here, mate. Yamaha has made no official announcements that this bike is even considered for development, so we just have no clue. Look what's available on the market now. It doesn't have to be a 300L, although it's a fantastic bike. If you're in a market that has a KLX300, another fantastic bike, WR250R, DR650, DRZ400. There's so many great bikes out there on the used and new market already. And when the time comes, just trade it in for the WR300R. The next comment is from Steph Traveller, and the crux of it is saying, great vid, cheers mate, thanks for the compliment. But he's saying ditch the bags as it'll give me a much better experience in the tight stuff. The reason I have so much is so I can do these kinds of things. I've got to carry an awful lot of camera equipment. Being a country boy and growing up on the bush, I'm never going out there without excess water and some food and basic tools. So the next comment is from Alistair, and he is saying, thanks for the YouTube videos on this bike. Thanks mate, and he's referring to the 300L. I'm not sure if I should get a 300L or a KTM 350 EXC-F. I live in Brisbane, plan to ride weekends around the glass houses, etc. What do you think? For non-Australian viewers, he's talking about the Glass House Mountains, some great off-road riding. It's really a question of not which bike you're doing, it's what type of riding you're doing. The 350 EXC is going to be far better if you've got a trailer or a ute. You can drive out and you can just hammer through the trails for the day, and you want absolute maximum performance and lightweight. That I think is the KTM's wheelhouse. Hell, you could even ride it to the trail. It's not going to be a pleasurable experience. Personally, it's still quite uncomfortable because they're quite buzzy, high revving. They just don't have the smoothness that a dual sport has. So that's where the dual sport comes into it. It's easier to get to the trails. I think they're a far better multi-day adventure trip, kind of putting your camping equipment on the bikes. This is a jack of all trades, but it's not really good at any one thing. You need to address the suspension if you're doing really hard riding, and it's just not going to have the performance that a lot of people are expecting that are coming from the enduro world. You need to decide, are you a dual sport kind of guy or you an enduro kind of guy? Performance versus longevity and comfort. So the next comment is from Hugh, and he's saying, so interest in your channel is exploding solid. Can't think of why, can you? Must be the interesting and relevant content, quality production, and your easygoing relationship with your global audience. Keep it there, mate. Well, cheers, Hugh. That's very kind words. It's always nice to get encouragement like that. I certainly do put a lot of effort into the channel, but I can't just put it down to me. There's a great community out there of you guys, so I'm eternally grateful for all the people that tune in week after week. It's also very nice to get comments like that, because as you know, the internet being the internet, you do have to weather the storm of the trolls. It's always great to get feedback like that, so cheers, Hugh. A big question I get a lot is, what mods have I done lately on the 300L? Well, mods have unfortunately been few and far between. As I said, we've just bought our first house, massive mortgage, lots of renovations going on. I'm doing a lot of the work myself to save money, so there's just all our savings is going towards fixing up this house. Not much has been done to the motorbike. I do sneak a few things past the wife here and there, and one of those things is the Krieger OS6. I wanted to upgrade my tool bag. I did have a 3-litre tool bag on the back. Problem with that bag was it was absolutely jam-packed, so I've upgraded to this 6-litre, double the capacity. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this holds up. So the next comment is from Daniel, and he is saying, have you upgraded the suspension yet? Can't wait to hear about it. I'm hoping to upgrade mine before summer. The short answer is no, mate. I've basically run out of funds for the moment, hoping to have it done at least released by mid-year. YSS is the type of suspension I'm going with. Yet to be determined which kind of suspension. They have an $800 budget option. They've got an $1,800 to $2,200 middle of the road option and about a $2,600 to $2,700 high-end option. I put it out to you guys what option I should get and you said middle of the road. So that's probably what I'm going to stick with, but let me know in the comments section below. And as much as I'd love to get suspension, I'd much prefer having water or electricity running to our kitchen. So that is where it's gone for the moment. So you just have to be patient. The next comment is from David Pierce and he's saying, hello, what about the CFMoto MT800? Have you heard of this bike? You waste all your screen time dreaming about bikes that are not even on the horizon, but miss a significant KTM powered motorcycle that will be delivered to the first batch of eager Australian buyers next week. My local CFMoto agent has sold 6 from the first shipment, one of which will be parked in my shed, and I'm told that the importer has the second shipment already sold out. Okay, David, I'm going to pass up the snarkiness and not engage too much because I can see you're just excited about your new bike purchase. You're wanting to share that enjoyment and you're really looking forward to getting a leg over the CFMoto. But you really should check my catalog of videos because I've made multiple videos on this particular bike. Probably you just haven't spent more than 30 seconds scrolling down to have a look at it. So this is just a general recommendation for viewers. Before you type solid why haven't you done this, go back and check over my 100+ videos before you say that, because chances are I have said it or have covered it before. Enjoy your bike, mate. Next comment is from Adversity, and you've generally got some great questions, so it's good to hear from you again, mate. Hope you're doing well. Would love to hear your thoughts on the future of dual sport motorcycles. That's a big question, mate. So forgive me if this response lacks some nuance and hard facts. What I will say is yes, clearly methods of propulsion other than petrol are coming on the horizon. I'm not a full believer in lithium batteries as the only form of transport. I think we're definitely, over the next few years, next decades, we're going to be in a state of flux as to what is going to be the dominant form of propulsion for vehicles. I think in the adventure and dual sport world, because we need that long range and that long distance reliability, I think we'll see petrol motors last a little while longer. Likely it will come in the form of hybrids to start with, where we have small electric motors, give us better range, better economy, better emissions standards, as there's just not enough materials out there to make enough electric powered vehicles for everyone. I think this lithium battery system is a stopgap between something else. But let's talk about where they will take over in the short term. I really think that we are going to see quite quickly in the coming years electric powered mountain bikes or e-bikes taking over enduro bikes. My friend has just picked one up. It's absolutely amazing by all reports. It's super light, very forgiving. It feels like riding a mountain bike, so you've got a high amount of confidence. And from reports I've heard is basically it gives you the confidence to tackle terrain you just wouldn't on a motorcycle because you feel like you're on a mountain bike. Not only that, you're quiet, so you're not annoying the hikers or the mountain bike riders. So I really do think those will overtake that category. The guys who want to trailer something to the trail, we will see a boom in that market. But as far as dual sports, long distance machines where we need reliability, longevity, and massive range, I think it will be some time before we see electric vehicles or alternative forms to combustion engines taking over. Do you think petrol is going to last for a while longer? Do you think lithium is going to be the mainstay moving forward? Or do you think, like me, that lithium is likely going to be a stopgap between petrol and the next logical form of propulsion? Let me know down below. So the next comment is from Ryan, and he's saying, I love your no nonsense review of the KTM. Cheers, mate. I've rode pavement and race tracks for years, eager to get into the dirt. Nice to hear that, mate. It's exactly where I came from. You're gonna absolutely love the dirt, so welcome aboard. I'm torn between the 390 Adventure and the KLX300 Dual Sport. If I'm only needing to ride 15 to 40 minutes at approximately 50 to 60 miles per hour, that's about 100 kilometers an hour, on pavement to hit the trails, do you think a 300 Dual Sport would be a viable option? I love the KTM. It seems like you get so much for the money, but I feel maybe the Dual Sport is actually exactly the bike I should get for the trails. In a nutshell, I always lean towards the dual sport. You're always going to want the lighter bike, particularly when you're learning in the dirt, because the KTM started its life as a Duke 390 or an RC 390. It's wholeheartedly a road bike at the core of the machine. It's a great adventure bike, but it has the DNA of a road bike, whereas the KLX is an off-road machine. It isn't the best off-road machine, certainly isn't high performance, but it is made for the dirt. If you're doing more technical stuff like single track, harder off-road trails, you like to challenge yourself and you like to have a bit of fun with the more challenging kind of riding, the KLX is going to do a better job in my opinion. If you're wanting a comfortable bike that will do commuting, keep ahead of the traffic easily, and be very comfortable on the highway to get to easier trails, then the KTM 390 can really be a fantastic bike. The major thing to think about here is not really the bike, but the terrain and your skill level. That will really educate you as to which bike will suit you. For learners, I think lightweight, and it sounds like you're really wanting to give this off-road thing a crack from the comments. So you're probably, again, wanting the better off-road motorcycle, which definitely is the KLX300, and it most certainly can do 60 miles per hour and above without too much troubles. But get a ride on both, as they're both fantastic machines. Guys, it's been great to just sit down and have a chat with you guys. I love these videos that feel like more of a back and forth where we're just all sitting in the garage here having a good old chin wag. Thanks for coming along for the ride with me. And until next time, guys, don't forget to stay shiny side up, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.